Hey there, guess what? We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Kingston Union, home of the Wino, the original Wino skate, punk rock, casual shoe that looks cool as cool can get. Right now, Kingston Union is having a summer slip-on sale. All you have to do is go to KingstonUnionMFG.com and use code SUMMERSLIPS25. That's SUMMERSLIPS25. Head over to KingstonUnionMFG.com and get your slips for the summer now.
Tour Stories / The Check-In is made possible by our friends over at Isotope. You know Isotope, and you know they are the best in audio repair, mixing, mastering, and general audio magic, like removing the heater sound that's going on right now. Thank you, Spectral Denoise. Head over to isotope.com for frequent deals on plugins for audio restoration, mixing, mastering, and more. That's izotope.com. Tour Stories is supported by the great DistroKid. As you know, DistroKid connects direct to TikTok with exclusive access to your TikTok artist account. What's new at DistroKid? You can do unlimited instant mastering. You can distribute your music videos. And the newest, greatest thing, Bandzoogle, where you can build a website and a store in minutes. And of course, they have an app, which is a delight to post new songs and get paid. Tour Story listeners get 30% off at distrokid.com/VIP/tour stories. DistroKid. Get your music out there.
Johnny and Cody, hi. Finally.
Yes, finally. Third time's a charm.
Only 2 cancellations on my side. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Actually, I gotta go.
It's hard being.
Yeah. I'm just not feeling it.
Come to think of it.
After seeing those embarrassing pictures, you're just like, I'm out of here.
How y'all doing?
Good.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, really good. We're just coming off this last weekend. We were shooting a music video down here in LA. So that was fun.
It was fun?
Yeah, super fun.
Have you ever not had fun shooting a music video?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Lots.
Yeah.
Lots of that.
Yeah.
Usually, mostly.
Yeah. Recently.
Yeah. Are you both in LA?
No.
I'm in the Bay Area.
Yeah, Johnny's up in the Bay. I'm in Los Angeles.
How's the Bay?
It's nice. You know,
it's nice.
It's boring as shit a little bit where I live.
Where do you live?
I live. My exact address is. I'm just kidding. I live like in Livermore.
Mm-hmm.
Most famous for John Madden living here, and
that's right.
A lot of boring middle-aged people wineries.
And the Livermore Labs, is that
the Livermore Labs? Yeah, they discovered
operating?
cold fusion here recently. Is where they actually cracked cold fusion. Was here.
Nice.
My neighborhood is a very desirable neighborhood that was mostly inhabited by scientists that worked at the nuclear lab that are rapidly expiring, and their homes are being bought up by assholes like me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any cultural residue in your neighborhood from the scientists, or physical residue, or nuclear residue?
There are a lot of squirrels that glow a little everywhere.
Good.
But other than that, no, there's some cool older people that they're just like retired and were scientists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent part of my young life in Pleasanton, California, and I did a lot of skateboarding in Livermore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And buying records at Galaxy Records, and buying Wino shoes at Kmart.
Wow. There are no record stores or Kmarts here anymore.
Oh man.
Yeah. Sorry to say.
Sad. Shut Ups are from Livermore originally too.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
Cody, you're in Los Angeles.
that's true.
How's it going down there?
It's good.
Haven't been in a while.
Yeah, it's good. It's not insanely hot yet. It's been like pretty good the last few weeks down here.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, again, apologies for the multiple cancellations. I was on tour. Thankfully, I was on tour. But you know,
Stadium Rock Tour. What are you
Stadium
gonna
Rock
do?
Tour with
Yeah.
no Wi-Fi connection or privacy or the right amount of time matched up with your guys' time.
You couldn't find in a locker room at the Enormo Dome.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I found a locker room and then it didn't have good Wi-Fi.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have successfully started a new band, Evil Island, which is, I've been listening to the whole record. I'm privy to it, thanks to your publicist. And
Nice.
It's fucking insane. I
Wow,
love
thank
it.
you.
I've been listening to it a lot, especially with all these delays I've been doing. I've over-listened to it almost.
Cool.
Same.
It's called Terraform The Afterlife, which is a really funny and pessimistic and smart record title. It's great. At first I was like, what? I may or may not had to look up what Terraform is, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was part of the discussion.
Yeah.
Certainly about whether to name it that, because
Yeah, we deliberated.
I did not think it. I still do not believe that most people are aware of the definition of the word terraform, but
Yeah.
it's a very beautiful word, because
It is.
it's like a verb and a noun at the same time.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Kind of like forcing beauty into desolate places is what it feels like to me.
Yeah, I guess so. Ugh.
Much like California.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
metaphor. Nice.
And to me, I thought it was okay that it was something that people might not know, because for the info seekers, they can learn something new.
That's right.
You know, I learned I didn't know what it meant. I don't think either. I think I had to look it up.
You
So,
ignorant morons.
Yep.
Okay. It sounds like Johnny's the expert here.
I actually
What's
what I
Terraform?
thought it thought it meant was a shellac record.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That's what
That's
I knew
right.
it from.
I saw somebody had a comment about the record release. It said, like, great, this will be the second greatest record with Terraform in the name.
Oh, that is an incredible comment.
Backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Sassy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's a great record, and you continue to operate on extreme intensity, a controlled chaos, and it, as most or probably all of the music that you guys have created that I've listened to, you listen to it first, and you immediately want to see you guys live.
Yeah.
You have a
Feel
knack
that.
for that. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it works.
Definitely not intentional, but just is what happens.
Yeah. I mean, like, me and Cody we got no help in Blood Brothers, like, from radio or media. We had to tour. We tour forever.
Right.
Like, performing is the most natural thing that I can do,
Right.
you know, because we did it like every fucking 9 months for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when we learned to play music, and when we were writing when we were younger, we were also performing at the same time. I mean, we don't do that anymore, but I just remember our band practices being like a show.
Yeah,
and it was
I
just
remember that
it was
too.
just us, and I think we really sort of just kind of cut our teeth on performance, just playing to each other for so many years, and then of course touring for so many years.
Right.
It's just kind of inherent, and there's a kinetic energy in the music that we make together, just probably because of that.
Give me the story behind this record. What's the kernel of inspiration, and how does it feel different from previous outfits?
Yeah. I would say, the Blood Brothers did a reunion in 2024, and we worked really hard on it, and the band was really good, possibly better than we'd ever been. And we came off of it sort of kind of like not knowing if we were going to do more or what was next. And, as time went on, it became clear that we probably weren't going to do anything else. And Johnny had called me and was like, dude, I got to do something. Like, he was itching to do something. And I was as well. And I had like a batch of songs, that, had been kind of floating around for a while that I wasn't quite sure where they were going to land or what it was going to become, but it was like perfect for Johnny to sing on. And, we talked to Mark and started sending the songs around, and kind of just like very quickly we were like, had the album, like, cause I had the skeletons of probably 8 of the 10 songs that ended up on the record, like basically demoed, and Johnny got a hold of them and sang them in like 2 weeks. I feel like, he had all the ideas back to me. So within like a month, we had like the bones of an album. And we're, trying to figure out what we were going to do. My wife threw me a surprise birthday party that Johnny came to, and she had invited Ross Robinson, and he was here, and we just mentioned that we had a new band, and he was like, okay, I have a label, let's make a record.
All right.
And it all kind of happened very quickly. That was in May of 2025, or like maybe early June, May. And then, by October we were in the record. We linked up with Autry on bass, and we went into the studio, and the studio was the first time we actually all played together. We didn't have like a proper like band rehearsal before we were in the studio, and we ended up doing like 2 weeks of pre-production and kind of digging into the songs and reworking them, and doing what you do in a normal pre-production setting.
Right.
Well,
I hear a lot of things that are my influences on this record. I hear a lot of hardcore, a lot of angularity. The one thing that stands out to me is there's like a power pop element to it, more than I've heard from either of you, that also includes hooks, which is kind of like, I mean, I hate to say it, but there's some stuff that I was like, is this like a cheap trick kind of thing? It's so like dancey, 70s dancey, or maybe even the way Rocket from the Crypt has a little bit of a hooky element to it, a thick thing. And I really love, I think that's what like glues these songs together and makes them so exciting, for me to want to see and just like sing along and air guitar, which I was doing on my way to my studio today.
Cool.
And is that, do you feel that, or did they just come out and you're just like, this is what it is?
Now I'll take the first part of this, Johnny, for the music side, and you can kind of
because a lot of it is the vocal hooks, but you have to be writing to these Cody's guitar too.
Yeah. So I very like intentionally, when I was making this batch of songs, like wanted to make something that was simple and to the point. And oftentimes I feel like they're pop songs at the heart. I think it's really cool when you can kind of disguise traditional songwriting and pop music into like hardcore or punk. And so I was just like, I want to make really short, sweet, like, no meat on the bone, just
no fat on the bone.
No fat on the bone. Yeah, no fat. That's right, no fat on the bone. All meat.
What's the difference between meat?
Yeah. Anyway, I'll kill her, no filler. And while still kind of like keeping that more angular, messed up kind of guitar shit that I do.
It's aggressive too.
Alive in it, yeah. And it's like so. So I was kind of like, how do I make hardcore music that, I was like the sort of like, and incorporate it with the sort of dancey, punky Blood Brothers type stuff. But then also like throw in some Misfits or like something, and just some very simple songwriting. in order to create space for a catchy vocal, enter Johnny.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like this whole thing came out. I mean, it entirely came out of the Blood Brothers tour, like Cody said, and for me, it like my role in it. I spent about 9 to 12 months before the tour trying to relearn how to sing that way, because I have had a totally different life for the past 10 years. I, work a normal job, and I haven't really been playing music or screaming, right? And so I kind of figured out a different way to do, like I figured out the best version of what I do.
Okay.
And I've kind of figured out how to do it, and I figured it out by like practicing the songs in my car for like a couple hours a week for like 9 months, right?
Wow, yeah.
And so I came out of it like really knowing how to like scream slash sing with like vocal dissonance in a way that I didn't know how to do in Blood Brothers, quite frankly, because I never really listened to myself. We were always just practicing in shitty practice spaces. You can never hear it. The first time, like for all of our records, the first time I ever heard what the fuck I was doing was when we recorded the songs.
Right.
Which is a bad place to figure out
Sure.
what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing, like when Cody said, like, I have to do something, when we came out of that tour, it was like, dude, I fucking figured it out. Like I like all those years, I didn't really know what I was trying to do. And now I know exactly how to do this. I know exactly how to make it sound the way I want to. And so it's like, we did Blood Brothers for so long, and it's like very aggressive, like screamy, crazy music, especially the vocals. The entire time we were doing that wasn't really like my interest aesthetically in music. I was, much more into like melodic music. I listened to fucking like Woody Guthrie for like half the time we were like writing Blood Brothers songs. Like I had this like mental split where I was like, we can either scream or you can like sing cleanly or whatever. And so we stopped doing Blood Brothers, and me and Cody did Jaguar Love together. I was like just trying to be somebody else, trying to be somebody that's not like who I am and not like the thing that is in me, right? And I feel like in preparing for the Blood Brothers reunion tour, I really figured out how to split the difference in a way that is like dissonant and that sounds like it has vocal distortion, but it's also very melodic at the same time.
Right.
And so that's kind of like what I did with all these songs, like it is very hooky, but it's like, I'm like, it sounds rough, it's like scream singing almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, that is what's different to me than any of the Blood Brothers records, any of the stuff that me and Cody have done before. Jaguar Love is that it's like it has that like kick and that bite that like Blood Brothers do, but it is it's just really catchy and hooky. It's almost kind of like, it's like the only thing, this sounds like trite or whatever, but it's kind of like a little bit like what Nirvana did a little bit.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
And it's just like when we recorded those, the process of like doing that recording was like, I mean, the most creatively gratifying thing I've ever done. We spent 3 months in the studio tracking and then 2 months mixing. Every day with Ross was like, I was surprised at how good everything turned out. Every time he comped the vocals, he came up with something that I would have never organically done myself, but it's all, takes that I've done. And like every time I would come to the studio after Cody and Ross had been like working on something all day, I was like genuinely shocked by like what my friend of like 30 years was able to do.
Right. Yeah.
When he was, had the the tools and like the bandwidth and the freedom to really like make a record that sounds like this. Like we couldn't have ever made a record that sounds like this in Blood Brothers because there was too many, you know, there's too many really amazing creative minds that don't always go together.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
And you know, I think Cody is like a genius, and like it was amazing to see him be able to like fucking do it the way that I can tell, like, you know, he's always been trying to do it, and we just haven't been able to. It's weird to be middle-aged and be here. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like I always thought that when I was this age, I would be the apathetic, washed-up has-been, right? And it's quite the opposite. I mean, this is the most. I've never been more proud of any like piece of art I've ever made in my life, and more confident that it's
That's
like
great.
what it's supposed to be. And it's, you know, I feel so much gratitude for Cody for writing the songs. I feel so much gratitude for Ross. I mean, Ross is like, he is like the fifth member of our band. Like, I mean, he really, like, on top of like owning the label and recording it, like he took our ideas and like laser focused it.
Yeah, he did what like a producer is supposed to do, and you know, we allowed him to be the producer also, as opposed to pushing against. And you know, we really made a concerted effort to check our ego at the door when we went into the creative process with Ross, because we wanted him to be able to do what he does,
right,
and actually make it a real collaboration, that to create something that's like more than just one person's idea.
I hate to say it, but it sounds like you mentioned middle-aged, which I may or may not be. I'm younger than both of you, but I'm close.
Are you?
Fuck no.
I don't think so. I was like, I'm pretty sure when I was coming to see Bare Minimum, you were much older than me.
I think I met you when you were 14, Cody, and I think I was whatever, 20. But there is maybe something about, without being corny, it's just like middle age, or at a point in your life where you can look forward and back, you know, and that allows you to like hone something like your vocal, or, you know, your delivery of your voice.
Yeah.
And you don't care about a lot of shit, and you care about the right stuff.
Every year I stop caring about one.
Yeah.
And it just, you know, it allows you to be open.
Yeah, I think so.
I think as young artists, you really are stuck on your idea and what you think and what your band thinks, and it can be, you know, which can work in your favor, but also I think with time and just through all the songwriting I've done over all these years, and I've learned about, you know, working with different people, and just that the sum is best when it's parts from everybody.
I agree.
And when you think you're right, you're not. And, you know, I think Johnny and I have probably said this, we'll be saying this a lot, but almost any time I felt like I wanted to push back on something that Ross was pushing for, if I just didn't, within minutes or days, I would forget that I even had some kind of opposing thought. And it was like, oh, this was a great idea. Like, this is why you work with the producer. You don't work with the producer just to slap their name on your record. You work with them because they have lots of wisdom and lots of experience in what you're trying to create, and you got to let them do that job. And I think a lot of young musicians, you just want to control. And I think as more kind of well-rounded adults, we're able to let go of that and see the forest through the trees.
And also a good producer though. And like Ross is like uncannily kind of always right.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately for me.
And I think a good producer, and because you've worked with him before and he's your friend, but you haven't worked with him
every time. He has a perfect objectivity. You know, he's a little bit close, but he also can see what you guys can't see.
Yeah, totally.
And he loves us and he knows us like deep down. And like he comes from a totally different world than us. But like truth is truth when it comes to songwriting, really. And it doesn't really matter what the flavor is. Like it's more about instinct. And he has like his instincts are crazy. I mean, it's so impressive to like work. I don't ever want to do anything with anyone other than him ever again. Like,
all right.
You know, and that's a great feeling.
Great. I want to play a little bit of Tiger Baby. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. That song is disgusting, and I say that in the sense of it's sick. I just can't say it because I'm too old.
It's filthy.
It's filthy. That is a great song. Irresistible on many levels. And you talked a little bit about your writing and sort of how the record came together, but what was it like in the studio? Were you tracking live?
So, like I mentioned before, we did this pretty traditionally where we got into the drum room all together on headphones. Johnny, I think, was in the next room over on the mic on headphones, and we just started playing the songs. You know, the first time we ever played together was in headphones, like, let's play the first one and see what happens. And, you know, we would play them, and then we would talk about them, and then we would sort of work on them. And then, you know, Ross is he's very much about like the feeling behind the song. So, you know, he'd bring Johnny in the room and we would talk about the songs and the lyrics, and it would, you know, he engages the whole band. He asks everyone how it makes them feel, and really creates this like uncomfortable space for people like at first, where it's like, you have to confront things that, you know, even if you don't really have a strong opinion, he still gets it out of you, and it just creates this really special, unique bond with the people in the room. So that was one thing that was really cool about the way we did it. But we would just granulate the songs down and be like, we should put a new part here, and then we would write a new part and, you know, make a bridge, or we would cut something, or maybe something should go a little bit longer, just kind of like your normal sort of creating on the spot. And then once we got through all the pre-production, it was like, okay, it's time to, and, you know, keep in mind, we were recording the whole time. So I know that certain things got used from those scratch tracks that are definitely final tracks of the record.
Right.
And then we, you know, cut the drums, and then cut the bass and guitar and vocals, and we kind of did it all simultaneously. And Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. It was fun. I mean, from the guitar standpoint, was just like a playground. We had all the pedals out and all the amps, and it was just like we did this really cool thing that I've never done before, where a lot of the main guitar is actually just one guitar take. He tracked it in stereo, and that's the panning rather than just like doubling and tripling everything. It's a lot of one guitar, and then there's overdubs, and counter melodies and things like that. But the real like beef of the guitars isn't like stacked on stacked.
Right.
It's we tried to keep it really simple. And then we would just, this like thing would happen all the time where I would just, cause when I write, it's very like natural, and I kind of come up with stuff on the spot all the time. And I'd have to be careful, because if I started noodling something, he would stop and be like, wait, what's that? And then now we've got like another guitar track on the record,
right?
Because we were constantly just building and trying to find ways to keep things feeling interesting, but not too like oversaturated.
I mean, there would be times where he would like isolate 3 guitar tracks and drums and be like, what song is this? It would sound a completely different song. Like,
right.
There's so much that they recorded that either is really low or didn't make it in, that like it could be another record.
Right.
Other stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's wrangled beautifully. And these are some of the funnest, goriest, and fucking funniest lyrics I've heard. They're funny to me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they're funny.
But holy smokes. Like, I just like, again, I listened to the record a lot. And I was reading all the lyrics. And they're so funny sometimes. And I don't know how to describe what level of funny. I mean, maybe some sort of postmodern pessimism humor, but it's so great. And
Thanks. I appreciate that.
And it's, does it feel like you're at a different level of lyricism?
100%. Yeah. I mean, and that literally does come all to like just being a grown up. Like, the lyrics when I was in my 20s, very they're really good, but very self-serious, and also I was really uncomfortable with myself. I was really uncomfortable sharing anything or being vulnerable at all in any of the lyrics. They were all very like highly aestheticized, and it comes from like writing lyrics with a partner. Like, you can't really, it's hard to,
sure. Yeah.
it's a different kind of thing. I came off it was a really, 2024 was an interesting year for me. I stopped being an artist in like 2010, and kind of taught myself how to be a software engineer, worked my way into like that world. I've worked at Netflix for like 11 years as an engineer. I didn't realize that there was this huge aching hole that was still there from like, spending every moment of my life up to that point being a creative person. And when we did the, getting ready for the Blood Brothers reunion tour, and then doing it, and then having it be like astronomically better attended and like exciting and energetic and like gratifying than any of us thought it would be, it like fucked me up. I mean, it really it totally broke my brain, and I kind of went crazy a little bit. Like, I mean, it like, and I just like, on top of the like needing to, like I said before, like put use to this skill that I had like refigured out how to do, and like I felt like I like physically knew how to do better. I just had a lot of like really complicated feelings about my life coming out of that, and some of the experiences that came out of that tour. And like, you know, I approached these, like when Cody gave me the songs and I started working on them, it was like I was in a, you know, from, I would say January 2025 until March when we started, I was in a real heavy depression. Somebody I knew had just like committed suicide, and you know, a lot of like really intensely scary personal things were going on in my life. And I just needed somewhere to put the feelings, and I'd never really done that in Blood Brothers. Blood Brothers was much more like, let's come up with a funny phrase or like something that's like, you know, interesting, like, you know, let's write a song called Burn Piano and Burn, and we'll just like riff on this like cool creative idea and like paint a picture with words, not really like, that doesn't really come from somewhere that is meaningful. With this record, it was like every song was about somebody that I know, or about something that I experienced or was feeling. And the way that I wrote these lyrics was very different than Blood Brothers. I would listen to Cody's demos until I came up with like one hook, and then I would stop and I would try to figure out a little bit of the lyrics. And then I would basically just listen to the songs over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until I came up with a basic idea of the lyrics. And then I would just refine them over and over and over again until I like came to a point where I felt a really specific feeling. And like, I always kind of waited to feel that feeling before I knew I was done, before I would Cody. And that worked really well. And like, I think that the lyrics would not have turned out that way if I had just been sitting down on a computer, like trying to come up with something clever, you know? And, you know, in between the time where I was in Blood Brothers and now, I've become like way more comfortable with who I am. And, you know, I didn't really have a sense of humor in my 20s. I was very serious.
Yeah.
I didn't really have any friends other than my bandmates and my girlfriend / wife at the time. And I wasn't a very social person. I wasn't a very fun person to be around. I'm like the diametric opposite of that in my middle age. And, you know, that's where the humor comes from, because like I am funny and I enjoy it. And like, I want to, you know, it wasn't always intentional, but I didn't want the lyrics to feel like important, but not self-serious, you know?
Yeah.
And so like lines like, you know, like about like, I'm a supermodel with shit smeared on my teeth, crucify myself on the lawn. It's a very funny line.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also very sad, right? And it's also funny, even on top of it being funny, to like put that in a song.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, why? Right. But it does mean something. And, you know, and it's about, I felt that way at some point in my life.
Yeah.
Like as an artist, you really, you know, you always kind of struggle with like, where does the exhibitionism end and where does the art begin? And like, you know, like, why do I sometimes only feel good when I am being applauded by a room of 2,000 people?
Yeah.
Right? Like, why don't I feel good when I'm around my loved ones? You know, like, really, like, trying to interrogate those feelings is sometimes brings you to a place that's very dark and very funny at the same time.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you've arrived at this fruitful platform. It's this record is insane. It's so good.
Thank you. I mean, the only other thing I would say to that, I would be remiss to say that, you know, though a lot of these skeletons were something that I've sort of concocted, like I think in the studio, having Mark play on them, and just the way that way that Mark and I play together. I mean, we learned to play music together. No one plays like him. Like there's No one in the
I
world
know.
does like he does what he does, right? And so having him, and then and when we were writing new things inside of the studio, having Autry there and kind of what he brings to the table, it I truly believe you need all of the people in the room to make something truly unique. So to me, it was really important to get those guys involved and their creative outlets going, in order to make it sound cool. And Mark honestly was in the studio with me a bunch when I was cutting guitars, and was like had a bunch of ideas, and it was really cool to like have him there, like giving ideas and like, hey, what if you like cut this part out, or what if you played it a little bit like this, and like going back to that open thing, it's like, to me it's like, oh yes, like please give me ideas so that this is not just like some linear thing that I'm doing. Let's make it better. Let's make it special. Let's give it like a new life. And so, being able to have Autry and Mark also like built into the DNA of the music, I think made the record actually what it is, more so than just like these songs that I came up with that Johnny sang on. It definitely is. It's a band, and that was a very like intentional thing that we needed. Yeah. So
I mean, it's just so crazy to like Cody and Mark fit together, they've been playing to get music together for like over 30 years, right? Like, I mean, there's just something that like I feel so fortunate to like have the lived experience of like knowing Cody, knowing Mark, knowing all the people that I've known, but like specifically for this band, those two people, and having the chemistry that's like, we've written songs together when we were like doing algebra homework, and we've written songs together when we were like, drinking whiskey in Melbourne at like a music festival, right?
Yeah.
It's like it just spans the panopticon of like our entire lives, and there's something about that chemistry that's like you can't replace that.
Yeah.
Like, it's stupid to ever throw that away. And just like having it took us negative 1,000 seconds to decide to have him play drums in the band. I mean, it was just like a complete...
Yeah, it was just hoping he wanted to do it.
Exactly.
I'm so glad he did it.
Yeah, me too.
And the sort of I don't know how comfortable you guys, but the sort of elephant in the room for me is, this is your best record ever. I know you guys, it sounds like you guys love it, but I'm gonna say objectively, it is fucking it's like I don't know how to say it again without going back to our age and our experience and stuff, but it's like, I don't know, maybe this is the time when you made your best record, and I think
I certainly hope so.
I really I don't think it's mature. I don't think it's like, I did say honed, but it's everything. It's fucking exciting, and it's thoughtful, and I can feel you looking forwards and backwards and going like, this is right. Mm-hmm. This is the way to do it, based off
that's cool,
what
man.
I know about you. I mean, I'm being serious.
That's really cool.
I feel that with every cell in my body. Like, I don't,
great.
Like, I say that all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like, and it's no shade on everything else we did.
Yeah, that's why it's hard for me to put it,
right?
Yeah.
Like, and like, there were just a lot of, Morgan is one of the fucking most amazing, talented, smart, like
neighbors of mine.
What? He's your neighbor?
He's my neighbor. One of the most talented, smart neighbors.
Oh yeah, he told me you guys get together sometimes and jam or something.
Like,
I think,
watching it, like, when we did the Blood Brothers tour, I think he was probably the person that prepared the least for it. And this is going to come around to a compliment, right?
Yeah.
But like,
and he sucked.
He was the person that I was least concerned with. I don't think he's ever played. I mean, he could have remembered 0 bass lines and just figured it out at the show every night, and it would have sounded fucking incredible. Yeah. Because the combination of feel and technique in him is so on point that like he fucking destroys every time. He's so fucking incredible.
Yeah.
On every instrument. Well, not every instrument, but
especially on bass.
Yeah. I mean, side note, I sent him he took some drum break from my Instagram feed and turned it into this fucking crazy, beautiful piece of music
Mm.
with horns
Sweet.
and shit. And just like, what are you doing, my man? Thank you.
Very cool.
The record's out August 14th on Blowed Out Records, correct? Not Blown
Yes.
Out Records.
Blowed out.
Blowed Out Records, August 14th. What's the tour status?
We are currently we're figuring that out. We're gonna have some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Great.
Nothing to say yet.
All right.
But yeah, we're planning some cool stuff in LA. We're gonna be coming to a city near you at some point. So keep an eye out.
I will. If I'm in LA, I'll find you. If I'm in Livermore,
We're not playing.
How do you know? You might be playing
Because-
Livermore.
No, it's not gonna happen. No point.
We will come to Seattle, but are you in West Seattle?
Yeah, but I can get into the city.
You
It's
can
not that
make
far.
your way. You can make
I'll
your
bring
way
Morgan.
into the city. Yeah, bring him out.
We'll ride bikes, or he'll run.
Yeah, you bike. He can run.
All right. Well, I'm glad this
Cool, man.
finally happened. And seriously,
Yeah, thank
I
you,
know
Joe.
it sounds like you're proud of this record, but don't ever not be. It's incredible.
Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah,
All right. Take care of your bad selves, and I
right,
hope
brother.
to see you this year.
will do.
Likewise.
Bye.
Bye.
Sleep all day, die all night, terraform the afterlife, hot deep, butchery, sell your kids to slavery, wildlife coming fast, throw them in the acid bath. I need to die, baby, yeah! I'm an animal, you're an animal,
I'd like to welcome our newest sponsor, Schecter Guitars. Yes, I play drums, but in my band, I am the lead guitarist and I play Schecter. Schecter makes a wide variety of guitars in various styles, all high quality, built with the best materials and pickups, beautiful fretboards, and always a comfortable feel. The bonus with these high quality instruments is that they are priced right. I just ordered 2 guitars. The one I can tell you about is the Robert Smith Ultra Cure in Black Pearl. Also consider heading over to the Schecter Custom Shop and find yourself a premium USA built instrument and have it shipped straight to your door. Head over to schecterguitars.com. You'll be there for a while, trust me.